In today's YouTube video, I'm going to share with you guys a way to beat cover 4 palms out of under center trip sets. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? Zay from the Madden YouTube channel, and in today's video I'm going to share with you guys a way to pop the top on a match coverage, whether it's cover 4 palms or cover 6 from trip sets. Now, I think this trick is best done under center, but I will do my best to show you guys some of the manipulations that we can utilize from shotgun as well. It is a little bit more challenging, but let's start off here with an under center look. So we're going to start off any formation you want, as long as it is 3x1. For those that don't know what that means, really in general, if you guys need to learn how to run match or attack match, you guys need to learn that it's a numbers-based defense. So when we talk about a 3x1 formation, we are talking about a formation that has 3 receiving options to one side of the quarterback. In this case, Lamb, Moss, and Gonzalez being the 3. By 1, which is Herman Moore to the left. Now in this under center set, the running back is in the backfield directly behind the quarterback. We'll get to that momentarily because that makes a lot of confusion for match coverages from time to time, because the running back could release to either side of the formation, creating a numbers stress on your match system defense. So let's now talk about how palms behaves. Cover 4 palms is a coverage in which the outside corner is going to always defend the outside receiver no matter what. The quarter flat defender is typically a defender that wants to defend the flat and rally down to throws in the flats. But in palms, in cover 6 specifically, he has to take the middle receiver if he goes vertical, because this safety is responsible for the third receiver, which is technically the tight end, if he goes vertical. So basically it's 1-on-1, this guy on number 2 if he goes vertical, and this guy on number 3 if he goes vertical. If number 2 does not go vertical, then we're going to be in a situation where Eric Berry can play the flat role. The problem is when we leak the running back out of the backfield while running number 2 vertical and number 3 vertical, we get some problems, because the quarter flat defender does not know whether or not he should be responsible for the receiver, which is Randy Moss, the number 2, going vertical, or the back leaking out of the backfield taking the flat. So when we snap this ball, this coverage breaks down quickly, allowing a one-play score to that middle receiver. So as we take a look at this in the instant replay, you see here, here's Eric Berry. He's responsible for Randy Moss if he goes vertical. At this point in time, the back is leaked out of the backfield to his side, and Randy Moss is not to the landmark of 7 yards of verticality that is going to convert this player into match coverage. So he begins to bite down on the flat, but the issue is this particular player is also not to that landmark yet to make the safety be able to decide what he wants to do. So what we have at this point in time is 2 players that have not converted from zone into man yet, and we have this guy that is able to pop over the top for the one-play score. And as I mentioned, this is a concept that also applies in cover 6. For those that don't know, cover 6 is a coverage that plays very similar to palms against trip sets. So if I were to call a formation that is 3 receivers, let's call, for instance, regular trips this time. So here we are in cover 6 against this trips look. We again have the same rules. The outside corner is on number 1. The quarter flat is on number 2 if he goes vertical. Otherwise, he plays the flat roll if he doesn't. And then you have the inside quarter safety over the top of Randy Moss. The number 3 receiver, he takes him vertical if that's the case. However, if we go ahead and run 2 vertical, 3 vertical, and leak the back out into the flat, it becomes a problem. So we snap this ball. You see that the coverage busts down the exact same way, and we're able to throw this up for a one-play score. Again, this is really easily done from under center. Now let me show you real quickly shotgun and why it's a little bit tougher to accomplish. So in the situation where we are doing this at a shotgun, let's call it trip set. So I'm gonna call a formation that has really, we've got a couple of issues, right? Let's call that spread trips real quick. In fact, we'll call the formation that we broke down on Monday this Y trips. The problem that shotgun faces, while this is not impossible, it's still very, very hard to do, is that if you motion the running back over to the right to be able to put him on a swing route, this creates what is called the rule of 4. So we were talking about a 3-by-1 formation. The rule of 4 is what occurs when you have 4 players to one side of the field as it pertains to match coverage. So in this situation, you would think, okay, well, we could just set up the same combo and leak the running back out. Well, it doesn't work that way, because when you have 4 players to one side of the field, the coverage then converts into basically cover 4 drop. So guys are going to start basically playing areas of the field rather than matching receivers. But the other challenge that you face as it pertains to this particular type of manipulation is that if you swing the running back over to the wide side of the field from the backside, you're still going to have match active. But the problem you're going to face is going to be that sometimes the player that is in the quarter flat will convert into match on the middle receiver. Wasn't the case here on this lob to Jerry Rice, but it does sometimes happen where these routes get vertical, the running back doesn't get over to the other side fast enough, and you end up with the busted coverage not being as consistent. If the running back can get over towards about the right tackle fast enough, that will pull him down, allowing you to lob this up for the one-play score. So this swing back across the grain is actually usable from shotgun, just something to consider as well. I do want to finish this video up real quickly just by reiterating that this is spread trips only. If you guys decide to do this out of, say, for instance, a bunch set, this can be a little bit more problematic. So let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking about here. I'm going to run X Nasty because that's just my favorite offense. So as we talked about before here on the channel, cover 4 quarters and palms play the box check against bunch. So in a situation where you were thinking, okay, well, let's just go ahead and do something like this. We have, you know, the swing and all this. It doesn't behave the same way. You still sometimes can get some weird action where guys freeze, but it's not the same logic at all. So what you actually have to do if you guys want to run this against, Palm's look from bunch is you would actually have to motion out, which makes this no longer a bunch set. This is considered a trip set now. But again, the issue I think you're more likely to face is that when you go to try doing something like this, you're going to end up with, you're going to have to get a little bit more creative. You have to run like a corner route instead of a lob streak, just because you're in compression. So consider that as well when you guys are doing this. This is something that is, as long as you kind of understand the spacing and the rule sets of this coverage, you guys can still make this work at a bunch. It would just require the B receiver motioned out and let him set. Again, when you see this, you see how the swing route pulls down that guy, and now we got this wide open corner route. So very, very easy one-play touchdowns against your palms and cover 6 meta out of pretty much anything. Shotgun, under center, spread, or bunch, so long as you motion the one receiver out and let him set. Basically matches the system. Now, if you're watching this video and you guys are thinking, man, you can't run match at all, it gets all kinds of glitched out. Yes, there are rules. And all I'm doing right here by breaking this video down is showing you guys that I know the rules. I know all the rules to manipulate match coverage. If you guys struggle with match coverage because of things like this, head over to my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg, because I have a match game plan that I break down that shows you guys how to fix all of these issues and actually utilize the match coverage in a way that helps counter the most popular metas, whether it's tight, bunch, trips tight end, tray Y flex, U trips, under center, shotgun, doesn't matter. I have match systems that handle all of these types of manipulations, and I've got counters that are going to make your lives a lot easier if you guys want to run match yourself. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Maybe you learned something new on how to attack match. This is kind of a unique bomb play that not a lot of players actually utilize. So I wanted to share it with you guys, kind of get you guys thinking a little bit. And again, if you guys want to run match in ways that don't get blown up like this video today, make sure you guys check out the website. Otherwise, I'll see you guys right back here with our next video upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.